So, not that we haven't heard the appointing or the call of the disciples, the naming of the chosen 12 before. And we always have an interesting concept, a mistaken thought sometimes, of holiness, that we could never possibly measure up to any of the 12. Well, Judas Iscariot, yeah, there's a lot of that we could say, yeah, that's happening. But how do you measure up? How do I measure up? Remember the measuring device of Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. There are some who think they are practically perfect in every way. Until it comes to faith. Then it's a little more dicey. The cheese is a little more binding, as the saying goes. And it's like, well, let's talk about something else, shall we? No, it's part and parcel of life. Everyone is called to follow Christ. Everyone is called to that newness of life. And sometimes we look at, well, we don't think we could ever measure up to the disciples. Okay, well, let's look. You've got a fisherman, a tax collector, a religious zealot, who under normal circumstances, the tax collector and the religious zealot would probably kill each other. Some were brothers, some married, single, craftsmen, tradesmen, possibly farmers. They were perfectly ordinary in every way. There was nothing extraordinary about who they were or the jobs that they held. The extraordinary God saw in the depths of their hearts and knew that they would allow that to come forth. It would take a while, yes. There'd be a lot of, anybody in there? Hello? You guys get it? All right. Let me explain this to you one more time, Lucy. Here we go. 3 years. 24/7, 365. None of us have ever taken a course in high school or college that lasted that long before we at least got the concept and passed the class. But yet it does take a long time because Jesus is not looking for head knowledge of the mind. He's looking for the knowledge of the heart. He wants the disciples to see within themselves, in the depths of their hearts, this is where God resides. This is where God calls. This is where God pulls the best out of you for the life of the world. So ordinary men, yes, in every possible way. But never think that you are not that extraordinary to God. Always know that as God calls you, you will have whatever you need to meet the challenge, to meet the moment of grace, to meet whatever it is, because you meet it in the name of Christ and in his stead.